Hi everyone, today we're going to take a look at the OPPO F1 Plus. Let's start by having a look inside and see what you get in the box. Here's the phone itself. Let's slide it out of this little cover. It looks very much like an iPhone. very similar. And I like the look of an iPhone, so that's a good thing. Let's see what else you get. We have a little pin here for removing the SIM tray slot. And we also have a silicone cover here, which is quite nice. Let's see how well it fits. Yep, seems like a good fit. Sometimes the aftermarket ones you get of these aren't that great, but this actually feels quite good. And it's very grippy as well. Let's turn on the phone while we look at the rest of the accessories. So here's the USB charger. It's quite big and quite heavy. Feels like a good high quality charger. Now this supports their fast charge technology, which is VOOC. It's the first time I've actually seen it or tried it. Now it says 5 volts, 4 amp, so that would be up to 20 watts. I'd be quite impressed if it managed to charge the phone at a rate of 20 watts. Let's have a look at the USB cable. It is a micro USB type, it's not a C-type USB. I like this screen here, I guess they're using that to denote their special fast charge. Very curious to try that out. Let's have a look at the headphones, which is the last thing in the box here. Oh wow, okay, that's a letdown. When you get this premium looking phone, this nice fast charger, and then you pull these headphones out of the box, that's a bit of a disappointment. I mean, I'll try them and listen to them, but based on the weight and how this cable feels, they're probably not going to be that great. How about this? What's the... yeah, no volume buttons, just a play, pause, hang up, answer. I would have liked to see some volume controls there. Anyway, we'll try them out and see how they sound. So I've already programmed my thumbprint into this, and watch how fast this unlocks. Boom. Try again. Boom. Now you might be thinking, you're not even using your fingerprint, all you're doing is pressing the home button. Well no, that is a fingerprint scanner. If I use this finger, which isn't scanned in, see, it doesn't work. It says enter fingerprint or draw pattern. Now let's use my thumb, and there you go, unlocked. It really is that fast. Very fast. Probably the fastest fingerprint scanner I've ever used. Now before we play around with the phone itself, let's try out this fast charger because I want to see how fast it would charge it. Right now the battery is at 23%, so pretty low, which means the fast charge should have a good chance of kicking in, because once it gets over like 75-80%, most fast chargers or quick chargers drop down to a much slower rate. Okay, so I've got the fast charger plugged into the AC, and I've got my watt meter here, which allows us to measure how much power is being consumed by the phone. So let's take a look. So right now it's charging at 5 volts, 1.1 amp, 5.8 watts. That's definitely not fast charge, that's just regular 5 volt USB. Okay, there we go, we're now at 5 volts, 1.6 amp, which is 8 watts. But that's still not that fast. I'm expecting a lot more out of this, considering it was rated, what did it say? 5 volts, 4 amp, something like that? Let me double check. Yeah, it says 5 volt 2 amp or 5 volt 4 amp for VOOC flash charge. Okay, let's see, let's try again. So here's something interesting. It's currently charging at 5 volts, 1.7 amp, 8.5 watts. But if we unlock the phone, you can see it drops down to just 6 watts. So this is the same thing we've seen on other phones, but if you use them at the same time as charging them, it drops down dramatically. So it's only charging around 6 watts. Now if we put the phone to sleep, after just a couple of seconds, there you go, we're now back up to 9 watts. But 9 watts is really not that fast to charge. I'm disappointed, I was expecting more. I mean, it's okay, it's acceptable, it's still better than what my iPhone does, but I was expecting a bit more. Let's see how fast it charges with this Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 USB charger from TronSmart. Okay, that's pretty funny, it's actually charging faster. 5 volts, 1.8 amp, 9.2 watts. So I'm actually getting a higher charge rate from this TronSmart charger than the one that was included in the box, this special fast charger. Okay, so that's enough of playing around with the chargers. Let's take a look at the phone itself. Like I already said, the fingerprint scanner is super fast and it seems pretty accurate. It gets it most of the time. In all honesty, it doesn't get it every time, but most of the time it gets it. Like that time it didn't, but it's pretty reliable. Most of the time it gets it first time. Now, one of the unusual things about this phone is they've actually put the better camera on the front. We've got a 16 megapixel on the front and a 13 megapixel on the back. The idea is that when you're using this for selfies or when you're doing selfie style videos, you're going to get better quality. And as a YouTuber, I love that idea. But I don't want to jump the gun and say it's amazing, because reviews have been a bit hit and miss on the camera quality. Let me open it up for you. So there I am. Now, the first thing you'll notice is it looks very much like the iPhone camera app. In fact, the whole interface looks very iPhone-y, and the whole design of the phone itself looks very iPhone-y. Now, personally, I like that, but some people won't, and they're actually running what they call ColorOS. It's based on Android, but it's their own variation. So some people might not like that because they prefer stock Android. This isn't running stock Android, it's running ColorOS. Now, personally, like I said, I like the fact that it looks very iPhone-y. I find the apps very easy to use, like the camera app. I find it very easy, very familiar, and I think it just works really well. Another thing they have is this beauty option, which is becoming quite popular now. The idea is that when you're taking a selfie, you can beautify yourself. So that if you have like wrinkles or like acne or something, it will hide all of that. So some interesting features for some people. If we swap to the rear camera, hopefully I can get this in shot. One thing you'll notice is I've got a very steep angle on here showing you, but the screen is still very, very good. You don't get much distortion of the colors when you look at it from extreme angles, so that's pretty impressive. The reason why it looks so good is because it's a 5.5-inch AMOLED display. And of course it does have the Gorilla Glass protection. The resolution is 1080 by 1920, so it's full HD. Again, that means everything looks really, really, really beautiful. Storage wise, we've got 64 gig ROM and 4 gig of RAM, so it should be pretty speedy. But I only got this today, so I haven't really had a lot of time to play around with it yet. So I really want to try more things before I give any feedback on how reliable and how fast the phone is. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. I really have to have a more hands-on experience before I can give more details about this. But if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.